What's going on, Failroaders? I'm Joshua Thomas, and I'm here to give you some beginner's tips for Final Fantasy VII Remake and the sequel, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's right, if you're new to the game or on the struggle bus, these tips will help you out when playing both games, but they'll still leave room for you to learn different strategies and nuances of the combat systems. This is a spoiler-free video, so we won't be going over any story elements or clarifications. I'll also be using some footage from the early build demo that BltzZ played, so special thanks to BltzZ for uploading his demo playthrough to YouTube. Now, if you're already familiar with the combat system, then this video may not help you out very much, but you can still critique me if you like or give combat-specific tips in the comments below. Let's get started. Materia allows you to be extremely flexible with your party members, but Remake doesn't do a great job of explaining how blue materia works.
I don't need to tell you what this is, right?
Materia in the Final Fantasy VII compilation are magic orbs that allow you to cast spells, use special abilities, and boost your stats. Blue materia is some of the most powerful in the game, but it only works in linked materia slots with viable combinations. Two linked slots share a single outline. When you make a proper link with blue materia, this outline will glow, and to see what other materia links with your blue materia, read its description. Some blue materia, such as Magnify, can be turned on and off in combat. Just look for this symbol beside the spell's name, and there will be a button that allows you to toggle it on and off. Why would you want to do this? Well, some blue materia has a give and take effect that doesn't always work in all situations, so the ability to toggle its effects are really nice. Blue materia can seem a little confusing at first, but once you get used to it, you'll see and love its power. FF7 Rebirth has made linking blue materia a little more intuitive. In Rebirth, when choosing an empty space in a linked slot that already has one materia set, it will highlight materia in the menu that will create a proper link. You can see here in the demo that Comet materia has a light ring around it along with others in the materia list. And when placed, the linked slots outline illuminates just like in FF7 Remake. Green materia is also good to have equipped. Early on in the game, you'll gain access to a couple different colors of materia. Green materia requires MP to cast spells, while other colors may not. Think of your MP as a resource that each character uses. Without green materia on each of your party members, that resource is unusable. It's always important to note that some enemies are very weak to magic spells, and you'll want to experiment to find this out. So equipping that green materia is like unlocking your resource of MP and giving you more flexibility in combat. Later on in the game, when you've had a chance to learn the system, you might want to experiment with builds that don't use green materia, and that's quite alright. It's up to you. But in the beginning, I recommend always having a green or two equipped. Speaking of materia, I have so much of it now, I can surely sell some of it, right? No, never sell your materia. But I have like 4 of each type and only one of them is leveled up. Still no. No, hell no! You'll need all of them. There may come times when you'll want all of your party members to have the same type of materia equipped. For instance, the enemies you encounter in a certain area may all be weak to fire, so you'll want fire materia equipped to everyone. There will also be situations in both games in which you'll have to switch party members, and you'll want to have materia equipped to all of them, even the ones not in your current party. It's also important to note that characters may join your party and then immediately enter a boss battle. This is another good reason to always have materia equipped for everyone. In these situations, you'll see a menu button appear in the bottom of your screen. Hold down the button and you'll gain access to the menu after the scene is over, but before the fight actually starts. So then you'll have a chance to upgrade weapons and upgrade your loadout and all that kind of stuff. Lastly, all you have to do to level up materia is have it equipped in combat. Each enemy you defeat will give you AP for those equipped materia. There's no need to use the materia abilities or spells multiple times, it just works. There are a lot of games out there where you will only play as one character for the entire game and maybe just issue commands to other characters, but Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth reward you for switching to all of your characters in combat.
You're up. Late to the party and you giving me orders?
When you have multiple characters in your party, you'll want to make sure you switch between each of them. Their ATB gauge will charge faster when you are in control of them. ATB allows you to use special abilities, magic spells, and items in combat, so switching party members will allow each to charge faster. Then there are special weapon abilities. You'll want to learn these abilities by using them in combat, and with more ATB, you can use them more and learn them faster, which will allow you to switch back to maybe your favorite weapon. There will once again come times when you're forced to play with certain party members, and sometimes that won't include the main character, Cloud Strife. So making sure you understand each character's playstyle is important. If you ever feel that a character is just underpowered or unbalanced, you may not be using all of their abilities to their fullest potential. When this happens, be sure to read the descriptions of different abilities if you don't quite understand them. And new to FF7 Rebirth are synergy skills. Synergy skills are abilities that require two party members to perform. Switching to different characters and having a mixture of characters in your party will allow you to use different synergy skills when guarding. Your more powerful synergy abilities will require you to expend a special synergy charge, which is visible underneath the ATB meter. It's important to note that you won't start off Rebirth with this ability, but the tutorial will teach you how to use it when it becomes available. Now let's talk about those weapons you use in combat. When it comes to getting new weapons, the answer is always yes.
Yeah!
Each new weapon comes with a new weapon ability that your character can learn. But Josh, you might say, the stats of this new weapon suck. Your new weapon's stats will almost always be worse than your currently equipped one. Remember that each new weapon hasn't been upgraded yet, but each one does have its own upgrade pool. You can immediately upgrade your weapon and see what its strengths are. Some weapons may be better for physical attacks, while others are better for magic, and so on. Now let's move on to healing in combat. Potions are another thing you'll want to think about. You'll get various potions throughout both games, and later potions like high potions and mega potions heal more of your HP. When you're in combat, you'll have to spend ATB charges to use these items, so using a potion that's too weak is a huge waste of ATB. I've seen streamers who are new to FF7 Remake make this mistake all the time. So how do you know which potion is best for you in a certain situation? See how much damage enemy attacks are doing and use an appropriate potion. You're going to want to use a potion that heals at least twice as much as an enemy's special attack. Because if you think about it, all it takes for that enemy to get rid of all that health you just healed with a weak potion is one single attack. You don't want that to happen. Later on, weaker potions are good for healing outside of combat, so you may want to keep them instead of selling them. It's your choice. Likewise, you may want to use a cure spell in combat instead. Unlike potions, cure spells become more potent as your characters level up. Another thing to keep in mind when choosing a healing option is that spells have a charging time before they cast. Potions, on the other hand, are used almost immediately, so you're less likely to get stun-locked out of using a potion instead of a spell. My advice to you is that if time is of the essence, pop a proper potion first. The last tip, which is more of a quality of play convenience, is that you can spam potions or healing spells outside of combat. Simply hold down the appropriate button when choosing your healing option to use it multiple times in a row. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope these tips help you enjoy your journey through the Final Fantasy VII Remake games. They are a ton of fun, and understanding the combat tips will help you make better decisions when building your parties. Thanks again to BltzZ. A link to BltzZ's video is in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe, smash that like button, but like take it on a date first or something, and check out more Final Fantasy content on the FailroadExpress. Check you guys next time.